Hello. I've changed the atmosphere just a tad, turned the lights down low. And today I told you that I would be talking to you a little bit about cultivating the fruit of the Spirit, that is love. And cultivate means to help grow. One of the definitions of love is to seek the benefit of another person. I don't know if you are familiar with the parable of the Good Samaritan. A man was beaten up by highwaymen, and this man came along and helped this man. He bound up his wounds, got him to a place, and took care of him, and gave the innkeeper money in case the money he had given them just for that one day wouldn't be enough. This Good Samaritan went out of his way. He didn't have to do that. Nobody was paying him to do that or telling him what to do. Out of the kindness and agape of his heart, he took care of somebody else. The guy didn't even ask for help. He anticipated a need, and he met that need. When it says in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son." That is a gift of love that God gave to mankind, and Jesus Christ fulfilled that love by dying on the cross for his elect. Pretty important. You've heard of Paul the Apostle. Paul the Apostle preached the word because he wanted people to be saved from their sins. And there are times people said, "You're not going to preach anything, Paul. You preach that, we're going to beat you. You preach that, we're going to put you in jail." And Paul was beaten, and Paul was put in prison. But he loved Jesus Christ so much, and he loved people so much that he gave himself to save them from help people be saved from their sins as a messenger. So how do you cultivate the fruit of the Spirit in your daily life? Well, there's plenty of opportunities to helping around the house before you're asked, anticipating a need. You see something on the floor, pick it up. If you see a brother or a sister who's struggling with their schoolwork, stop and help them. Write thank you notes. Try to, again, anticipate another person's needs. I remember I was watching one young fella in Baltimore, Maryland, one time, and he was walking past with his father, and there was a homeless man sitting there. Homeless man wasn't asking for any money. He had a cup out, looking for some money, but this little boy and his father walked past this guy, and the little boy stopped, looked at his dad, said something to him, and the father took out some money, gave it to the little boy, and this little boy went and put the money in the cup. That was an act of love. He was cultivating, taking care of another person. So there's plenty of opportunities throughout the day, even praying for somebody. That can be an act of love. When you see somebody going through some struggles, people are sick, or they're having a rough time at work, or whatever it is, stop and say a prayer for that person. That is an act of love, and that's a cultivation of that. So I hope that this first fruit of the Spirit, and it's the most important, is cultivated and is put to use. Here's another definition of love. I want to close with this. Love can only be known by the actions it produces. I can tell somebody I love them all day long, but if there's no actions to demonstrate that love, then it's not really love at all. I can say I love God all day long. I can say I love Jesus Christ all day long, but if I'm not obedient, there's no real love. If you love me, says Jesus Christ, keep my commandments. So that's one way. Again, that's action. I can't say I love you, Jesus. I'm going to keep your commandments. I got to go out and do them. So love and doing things are very much intertwined. All right, the next, love, joy. The next fruit of the Spirit is going to be joy. Aha! All right.